I was starting to pay attention to like what was happening. Like I was paying attention, like how long, I'd ask myself like, how long has it been? Oh, it's been, 3 years. So what have I accomplished? Oh, nothing. Like I would look at these type of things. What has that person accomplished? And then like you start getting down and like you beat yourself up over for being lazy. And some people, they have two options. Once they do that, they think of, oh shit, look what I've done. It's too late to come back, or there's too much effort to come back from this. So let me just go down this rabbit hole of like self-destruction. Plenty of people do that. And it's easier to do that because you're already in the shit. So just stay in the shit. And then other people say, like, oh my gosh, this is the worst situation ever. I can't live like this. And then they start making changes. And so I think that's what happened to me. It was just like a moment of like self-awareness and paying attention to my surroundings and myself. And I was like, I don't like where I'm at. And I want to change. And that's what happened. I just started changing. And then after I was a marketing manager at a company. Then I wanted to do real estate. So I joined a real estate company in like acquisitions, but like it was a very sketchy company that closed down. They did a lot of shady stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I want to do real estate. And so maybe I need to learn real estate from the ground up. And I joined Keller Williams because I asked a few people. They said Keller Williams has really good training and coaching and all that. I'm like, all right, I like that mentorship. Okay. So I joined. And in like the orientation of like the new agents, they, talked about cold calling and door knocking. And I think I was like in it to win it, so to speak. And then I met a mutual friend that was there. And I came up to him, I'm like, hey, I know your sister, blah, blah, blah. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Long story short, we decided like to partner up and cold call and door knock together and hold each other accountable. And we created a group called, I think it was called the Gibor group, which meant courageous group in Hebrew. Courageous is Gibor. And we said, all right, we're going to follow the Keller Williams way, and we'll buy the scripts. We will buy the tech stack that they need. And we would cold call from 9 a.m. to like 11:30. That's what they said, like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. to 11:30. And then we would door knock for 2 hours after that in like the area that we lived in, Sunny Isles. And then we did that for a year. And then like you don't make money as an agent unless you close or rent. And so I needed to make some money. And so I went on Craigslist, and then I found Allstate Insurance. They were hiring for a cold caller, telemarketer, $10 an hour. I was like, yeah, let me do it because I just need some money. And I think it'll help me with the cold. It's just extra practice on the cold calling. And so I went in there. And so real estate was like a 9 to like 3 p.m. day. And then 3:30 to like 6:30, I would do cold calling at Allstate. So I would leave real estate, cold calling. I do this every day. So for 12 months, I was cold calling, door knocking, cold calling, door knocking. And that's what got me over my fear of sales. Plus, I had an accountability partner. My partner wanted to like work together, so we can like pump each other up. And so the days where he was uncomfortable pushing back on an objection, or the days where he didn't feel comfortable knocking on the doors, I felt like I needed to be the hero. And so I would knock on the doors, and that would just like feed me with more confidence. And then there were moments when we were door knocking where it could have easily made somebody say sales is not for me and walked away. Many times, like I did stuff that I would never thought I would do. Like I knocked on a door in an area called Golden Beach, which is a really expensive area. Multimillionaires live there. Like it's like super, super expensive. And we had to get a solicitation permit because it's such a private community. And so I knocked on the door. Housekeeper opened up. The owner of the house is in the balcony within the house. It's like they have an inside balcony. And she's like, we're not interested. And my friend was door knocking. And so right before they closed the door, I took my foot and I put it in between the door. And so they couldn't close it. And like I kept talking to the owner of the house. And my friend's like, whoa, like he was like whispering in Hebrew, like, Mor, what are you doing? Like, don't do that. And I was like, and I just felt more confident after that. And another time was when we door knocked and the guy was chasing us out of his house. Yeah, and then that just got me and like I wasn't a good agent. Like, I mean, not a good agent. I wasn't a successful agent. At least the first year is the hardest. Meaning looking back, made a lot of mistakes, but I think that year got me just to the place of like, okay, I'm good with sales. Like I'm comfortable doing sales, and I can now go after sales roles where I can make a lot of money. And that's essentially, I think, why I had to go through that phase.
You're like someone that's afraid of swimming, or something, or doesn't know how to swim, and to learn how to swim, they just like go like way out into the ocean and just
Right.
like jump in and just like, oh, I guess I'll just figure it out. I'm just going to immerse myself in the thing that
Yeah.
has terrified me before.
Yeah, except in this case, it was a lot easier to do because I went with somebody else that had a fear of swimming, right?
Yeah.
And so that was easy to do. It was easier, right? Like when people suffer together, it's a lot easier to handle it, I think.